Chris, a lot of transfers in these days are brought in for a reason. Do you feel like your role is in bringing you?
I definitely feel like, I was brought here to improve on what they did last year as far as just coming in to compete for championships. So that's the big role I'm trying to fill, fill up that gap that was left, because I know they had 3 guys, graduating, go on to the next level, or, whatever they're doing right now. So that's the role I feel like I came here to fill.
I know you visited here and talked to Missouri's coaches quite a bit out of high school. How close did you come to coming here 2 or 3 years ago?
Man, I was close, man. It was just like a few deciding factors in the end, but, still a great program, still great for anything, but it was just those few little things. But
how much different is this program, that you come into now than it was 2 or 3 years ago, coming off last season?
Man, it's definitely a big difference, just because coming out of high school, I was just looking for different things, but now I'm looking on to new things as I'm going into my junior year of college. So just seeing the development, and just watching Drink, literally everything he told me when I was in high school, he's done step by step. And I may not have been here, but I still see stuff through social media and just through knowing people throughout college football. So, yeah.
What have you seen from Williams Winery so far?
He's a good player, man, good young player. And, the more he develops and the more he just gets his feet under him, he'll be a great player.
What can he be? What do you think the ceiling is for him?
I mean, I think for Will, the sky's the limit, and, he only can go as far as he works. So, yes, sir.
I think in the spring, Coach Davis said you're playing nose tackles at Florida. What's the biggest change, four down right now?
For sure. So Florida we ran a 3-3-5, so it was a lot of lateral stuff, a lot of read attack. But here it's more attack react, and we're trying to get up the field and go to blockers. So that was a big adjustment for me, just because played at Florida was an early enrollee. So I got those 2 spring seasons and 2 regular fall seasons of just going lateral left and right, and come here and it's like a culture shock to me. But the more I practice it, I've gotten better just getting up the field and lateral with things like that.
On a similar note, what's it been like working with Coach Batoon?
Coach Batoon is a great coach, man, and I like everything that he's done so far with his defense, and it just feels natural coming from him. Just everything we've done, everybody meshes well together, and he has like the perfect plays for each individual player.
What's your relationship like with Christian Williams, and how do you think you guys are similar or complement each other as players?
My relationship with Christian Williams is really good. That's actually somebody I try to look up to, because I feel like Christian is one of the guys. He always do everything right, so you should always try to emulate that. So yeah, now our relationship on and off the field is really good. I feel like we complement each other just of how we play. Like our play styles really mesh well together.
We always hear the SEC is a line of scrimmage league, and I know you're kind of adjusting to some new things here, but from your time at Florida, in general, what do you have to be to be successful in the trenches in this conference?
You got to be physical, man. That's what it all boils down to, is who's going to be the bigger dog. So physicality is definitely a big thing that we look for. Speed, strength, just things like that.
Just a second ago, Armand was talking about facing Zion and Darius Smith, and how those guys give them, a little bit of trouble. For you, when you face on offense, the offense guys, who on the line you kind of go against and say, all right, I got to make sure I'm locked in because I'm facing this guy in practice every day?
Honestly, our whole offensive line is just great players across the board. It doesn't matter who you line up against. I feel like everybody's going to give you some work. So I'm more of an interior player, so, I'm always going to see Cam Johnson, Connor, and Caden Green. So those are 3 guys. I'm always locked in when I go against our O-line.
I've heard people say there could be as many as 8 pros on this offensive line right now, and how much does that help everybody on the defensive side going against them every day?
Right, so iron sharpens iron every day. So going against one of the best offensive lines in the country every day, it helps everybody get better, offensively and defensively, because they work us and we work them.
Thanks, Chris. Good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.